It is currently 11:04 on March 16th. So a lot has happened today, and I kind of really have no one to talk to about. I know I have like friends, good friends, but I don't know. This is just, I don't know. I just need to make it into an entry. So it's nothing but a miracle is what it was. So today I had my first accident, my first car incident, you could say. I don't know what the term is, car crash, you could say. Like my first wreck. So today, the Miata Snowball, that's the name of my car. I named her Snowball because she's white. We were gonna go talk to a guy to possibly trade her for something better. It was a Mazda Speed 3 hatchback, 6-speed manual. I was really excited to get that car. And as soon as we got the news of we were able to go, see the guy, we went to go see the guy. But on the way there, there ended up being an accident involving me and someone else. So the story goes like this. We're getting onto a freeway, and we're on the off-ramp, and I'm saying we're because my sister was in the car. We're on an off-ramp, and there's like 4 lanes of traffic, the off-ramp lane, and then the HOV lane. So we're in the off-ramp lane, where it's going to go to another exit, or you have to move off to keep on going on the freeway. So I move over into the first lane after the off-ramp lane, and I'm in that lane, and I speed up to regular speed, which was 65 miles per hour, and there's a slow car right there. I'm trying to go a little bit faster than that. That's what I was wanting to do. And also these people are going like a little bit below 65, so I wasn't trying to deal with that. So I was going to move over to the lane to my left. We would say this is the second lane after the off-ramp. So I check my left side, make sure I'm clear, look forward to make sure as I'm speeding up I don't hit the person in front of me, and I start to move over into the other lane. And then as I'm looking forward and merging over, mind you this, I do have my turn signal on. I have my turn signal on. My sister is in the passenger, and she yells out, "Mano," which is brother. It's pronounced hermano, but my sister calls me Mano for short because that's how she was able to say it when we were kids. But she yells out "Mano," and I'm like, what the heck? So I turn to my left, I look to my right, and she's looking outside my window. I'm like, huh. And I quickly look to the left, and there is a truck merging into the same lane as us. And I couldn't tell you where the truck came from. It's like it just appeared out of nowhere. And I have multiple theories on how it got there, but I'll get there soon. But we're merging, and I'm like, shoot, if I keep on going, I'm gonna hit this person. And just so you know, this truck was a big American truck. If you know what an American truck looks like compared to a little Miata, I'm not winning that. So I didn't even try continuing, obviously. So I tried going to the right, but my steering was kind of sensitive at higher speeds. So when I went to the right, I realized, oh shoot, if I just flick right and that's it, I'll go flying that way into the off-ramp lane, where there could be a car, or I'll be hitting a wall, or I'll be hitting rocks. And I tried to correct myself, so I flicked right to go back into the previous lane, realized I was gonna probably go flying, didn't want that to happen, so I tried correcting, but like I said, at those higher speeds, freeway speeds, my steering is more sensitive. So then I turned to the left, but even though I didn't do that much movement, at those high speeds, my car had more movement than I had anticipated. So what ended up happening was my rear side was losing traction in my rear. And because of that, I kind of clipped this person from the back. So let me say this a bit differently. So I turn right, turn left to fix myself, but as I'm turning left to fix myself, it overcorrects and I start to lose a bit of traction, and then the person in the truck is staying in this lane. They never went over. They stayed in that lane. They never moved back or slowed down or whatever. And what ended up happening was my car ends up getting scraped near, okay, like I said, I overcorrected and I'm now going back into the previous lane basically. So I was like, oh, bah, and now I'm back in their lane. Well, I guess I was gonna say my lane I was supposed to be in, and the lane they had merged into completely. And their rear side bumper ends up scraping all across my hood. So I lose traction, hit that, and now I've lost complete control of my car. I'm no longer going straight. So now I'm trying to fight my car to make sure I don't spin out, because that's one of the worst things that happen. Imagine spinning out on the freeway and hitting someone else. That's even worse than literally clipping a truck. So I end up going to the left, but then I hard turn right, and then now I'm essentially drifting, sliding more like across the whole entire of the freeway, the 4 lanes, and I even go across the HOV lane, and I'm thinking someone's gonna hit us and we're gonna get T-boned really bad. We're gonna spin around even more and something bad's gonna happen. But no. Despite rush hour traffic in where I live is horrible. It's the worst traffic you'll ever see, but for a brief second there was no traffic and I just slid across all lanes, and I got to the barrier of the other side. And as I got closer to the barrier, I didn't want to just smack into the barrier and get a concussion or whiplash. So I ended up slowing down my car a little bit. I pressed on the brake pedal and we kind of just nudge into it, you could say. And it did mess up my bumper a little bit because my bumper is weak compared to the big barrier. And we left like a scratch on the barrier, but that was literally it. And there was no other damage done to my car. There was no one hitting me. I didn't hit anything else. It was literally got my hood scraped and I hit the barrier. And that was it. No one hit us. No one scratched us. No one clipped us. And that is nothing short of a miracle. Rush hour traffic, sliding across 4, technically 5 lanes and not getting touched or hit. There's no other way to say it, but I'm religious. I've recently become religious, and it's nothing short of, it was God protecting me and my sister. But not just me, but the people around us. There was something that had happened where there was a brief second where those people were not there, and I slid across and no one else was interfered with in my loss of control of the vehicle. Not only did someone not hit me and damage themselves and me, it was just me and me alone and that other person. And obviously a little car is not going to do much damage to a big truck. So everyone else that was in the truck, I think it was 3 people, maybe 2 in the truck, but they ended up being okay. But yeah, I had little damage on their truck. They just have like a little scratch and that's it. And I'm hoping that the insurance people, they talk it out, see our testimonies and see who is at fault. I'm not really one to say who's at fault, but if I were to say anyone, it's either both of our fault or the lady's fault that was driving the truck. It was some old like Mexican lady. She wasn't too old. I say old, but she wasn't that old, but she was older than 4 years old probably. or probably 40. And yeah, it's like she had glasses too, sunglasses, and to be honest, there wasn't really much sun out. It was more clouds today, with the brief sunlight. And I'm guessing she didn't see me, and she merged into her lane. And then I'm guessing she was speeding because she came out of nowhere. That's where I get into my theories. It's either this is me, this is her. She's in her lane over here, I'm in my lane over here. And I'm slowly merging over here. And she's over here, probably back here, probably. So I'm speeding up here, turning. And my guess is she was speeding up, didn't pay attention. And then boom, she's in my lane and I swerve over here. She continues going straight. I swerve back, clip her, and now I'm going this way, and I turn back and go blah blah blah, and she goes straight, and then she ends up pulling off on the freeway, on the side of the freeway, or it ended up stopping. Like I was saying, she's right behind me. She got impatient, sped up, and as I'm merging over, she's in the lane already. Possible. I don't know what really happened. And the same thing, got scared, flicked away, flicked back, scraped, went sideways, and hit the barrier on the other side. Those are my theories. One or the two. Either way, the accident happened, and a miracle happened where me and my sister were safe. We were safe. There was no damage done to us in the wreck. Like, the most that happened, physical wise, like of a person getting hurt, is me, where I kind of, let me see if we could focus on it. Probably won't focus. Yeah, it's not gonna focus, but I kind of got like a scratch in my hand, and that was literally only because how the position of my car was. I jumped over it while holding onto the barrier on the hood of my car. I jumped over it to get to my sister because she was on the other side and we're sideways basically, and I'm helping her get over my car to the other side where my parents were already behind us, because like I said, we were going to a trade, so they were right behind us, and they didn't see anything happen because they were a couple minutes behind us, but they ended up pulling up behind us, and I was getting my sister to them so she could be over there and feel safe, be safer than my car, which was sideways. And then as I got her over, I jumped over my car again, and I somehow ended up scraping myself when I landed, and that's literally the most of it. So everyone was completely fine, and that's the crazier part. It's like God was at work here today. Someone protected us, and I like to thank God for that. God protected us today, protected everyone on the freeway, including the person that might or might not have caused the wreck. They were okay too. Everyone was okay. Nothing short of a miracle is what I'll say. And yeah, it's just, I felt calm because in my mind I knew that it was God at work protecting us. So I didn't have no worries, but everyone around me keeps saying it was a sign, and I believe them. I agree with them, more not believe them, I agree with them that this is a sign saying something. I'm trying to figure out what. Maybe it's keep the Miata, do something different. Maybe it's good that we had the accident now than me be on my own with the car and something bad happened. So maybe same incident, maybe I crashed the car and no one's there. Who knows? No, I don't know what to say. Only God knows. Literally, God knows. So, I'd like to be thankful to God. And for those of you that are non-believers, I understand. Maybe I just got lucky to you. But to me, I am blessed. And I'm thankful for God. But yeah, I just have no one to talk to besides this camera. But maybe one day someone will see it and hear my testimony. But just know, I used to be a non-believer. I used to not know that God existed. I used to just doubt it. I used to not think much of it. I used to hate the idea of it, honestly. And it's kind of sad thinking about it now, where I hated someone that created me and giving me life and is giving me all these things around me. It's kind of bad to think about it that way. The more you learn about the faith, about God, about Christianity, about Jesus, the more you realize it's on us. And even if it's not on us, things happen in this world. God created the world. This is how I see it. God created the world and all its natural things. And just like humans, He's not really going to control it. Maybe He may influence things, but He won't control things. For instance, a tsunami. Tectonic plates slide under each other, a tsunami is created. God didn't, actively choose to have a tsunami made, but it just kind of happened, right? And the best God can do is have those innocent people go to heaven. Because if they're not able to outrun it, and they're innocent, why would He send them to hell? And that's kind of love He can give, heaven, instead of living in the aftermath of the tsunami. The people that did survive the tsunami, they should be thankful that they survived. Which goes to my next point. Why did God let horrible people roam the earth and kill others? Kill children? And the simple put answer is we have free will. He allows us free will. And if we didn't have free will, then He would get rid of those people. He would make sure they wouldn't kill. But then that would be free will again. And then people will say, oh, well, I forgot how the argument goes. Give me a second. My mind just blinked. It happens. Give me a moment. If God knows that a person is going to kill another person, why doesn't He make sure that person doesn't exist? Well, there could be a lot of reasons for that. I can't give you a 100% answer because, again, that is all up to God. But what I could say is that at the end of the day, it is someone's own choice to kill or to not to kill. It is free will again. And people are just going to be who they are, and you can't stop that. He can't stop that. So He knows that we're going to do these things, but He's not going to stop us, because at the end of the day, it's going to be our choice still. And we would not be having free will if He stopped those choices. But people can sometimes be blessed and something may happen. Who knows? There could be something that pops up that saves them. But then again, like I said, it is a free will thing. And God will not stop it. He can influence things, but He won't stop it. He can't stop it because it's your decision to do something like that. And that's just kind of how I see it. So that's kind of my spiel on how I see it, how I see God and religion. Well, Christianity more of like. And if you're probably curious, I am a Catholic. Roman Catholic, I believe, is what I am. So I'm not a Protestant. I'm not Orthodox. I'm Catholic. So yeah, I'm thankful to God. I'm thankful for everyone around me that helped. I'm thankful to my parents that were there for me and my sister. And I'm thankful for having my life still, having my sister's life, and everyone else on that freeway today. They have their lives still, and they are protected. And then, funny thing is, today is Sunday. That's the most ironic part. Is I prayed to make sure that we'd be okay today, and we are okay. We're all safe. We're all alive. Funny thing is, I told my sister yesterday that tomorrow or the next day you're going to be changed, you're going to be different. There's always going to be something different. You can never go back to being the same person you were, because you're always going to change. And I guess this is what happened. We got into an accident. Now that's changed me. Some way or another, I've changed, and I won't be the same person tomorrow. Because now everyone knows that I, Mars, got into an accident. And they may treat me differently. They may say stuff. They may be like, "Are you okay?" They may joke about it. Who knows? I just remembered something. A long time ago, one of my friends, I'm not going to say her name obviously, she ended up getting in an accident on the freeway on her way to... Isn't that crazy? She's completely fine. The car was totaled, but she's completely fine. And the thing is, I did kind of make a joke of her, so maybe this was karma coming back at me too. But yeah, be thankful. If not for God, for everyone around you and for your life, be thankful to be alive. Not many people have that opportunity. So, be thankful. It gets worse before it gets better.